Good morning, beautiful people. Okay, let's do some bone broth, chicken bone broth. I put my chicken in my crock pot and I covered it up and I added some onions and this, that, and the other to it. I cooked it down on low for 48 hours. And this is what is left. This is what I strained out from my bone broth. Let me show you this. Okay, this is what I separated from my broth. This is the chicken, the bones, and everything else that I had in there. It's just disintegrated. Out of the way. And this is the rich, beautiful bone broth that we're going to pressure can today. Okay, I'm going to show y'all real quick how I strained out the contents of my beef broth from the chicken and bones and stuff. I should have showed y'all when I was doing it. I just put my colander into a pan, and then I used my cheesecloth. This one I keep just for this. I put it in, and then I scooped out my broth and caught the contents, the solids in here. And then, of course, put them in the bag. I did have problems with this clogging up, and then I just take it and would wash it real good under the sink water and strain it out and put it back in and continue. And then I stored my broth in the ice box till the next day. That way I could skim off the fat that was on the top. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. Okay, this is the fat and stuff that I skimmed off the top. I don't like, leaving a whole lot of fat in my stock when I pressure can it. But that's your preference. You can if you want to. You can take this and saute onions in it. Okay, what I'm doing now is I'm going to fill my quart jars with hot water and leave them setting in the sink. This way, I won't be putting hot liquid in cold jars and then exploding. You do not have to sterilize when you are pressure canning. It sterilizes everything in the process when it cooks. At my altitude, I will be pressure canning for 10 pounds of pressure. For quarts is 25 minutes. Okay, we're heating up our chicken bone broth. I have my pressure canner waiting. I'm using my Presto pressure canner today. So we're going to heat it up and put it into our warm jars. I have my lids in warm water, just warm water, just enough to soften the gasket that's on the lids. I will be adding a teaspoon of canning salt to each quart jar. You don't have to do this. This is something I like to do. Okay, I believe we're ready. We're going to remove a jar from our hot water in the sink here and start filling our jars. Warm broth to warm jar to warm canner. we're going to be leaving an inch head space. That should be right here where this rim is. You notice I have it on a towel. Whoop, I got that a little bit over. Okay, I'm going to take my little pokey Joe and measure. And we're 1 inch. This has inch, 3/4, half, and down. Little pokey Joe. Mouse Toast calls it a pokey Joe. Okay, next we will clean the rim of our jar with vinegar, white vinegar. That's what I'm using. It removes any oil that may have splattered up, cleans it off real good to help make a tight seal. Put our lid on. Put our ring on fingertip tight. And let's add it to our canner. And go to the next one. And I'll be back when I have all this done. There's no sense in you watching me do each jar. Okay, this is my last quart. And then I'm going to take the rest of my vinegar and pour it into my water. This helps the hard water spots not to stick to your jars, so you don't have to scrub that off. All right, we have 6 quarts. We're going to put the lid on our canner, line up the arrows, push down, and turn. Then I'm going to turn on the heat, or should I say, bring the heat up. I had it on low because it was warm water, warm fluid, warm liquid, I meant broth, and warm jars. So now we're going to let this come up to a boil, steam. Let me bring you over here so you can see. Okay, I have the heat turned up on my canner. In a little while you will see steam coming out of the vent pipe. When this has a steady flow of steam, we'll let it flow for 10 minutes. And after 10 minutes, I will put on my weight. This weight is 10 pounds. I got it off of Amazon. It goes up to 15. The single thing here is 5, and each little ring is 5. So that's 10 pounds right here that I'm going to be using for my altitude. Okay, we've got the steam starting to come out the pipe. We're waiting for that little button right there. That's the lock to pop up. Once that pops up, we'll start our timer for 10 minutes of venting steam. It's a bit notice button. Should be popping up any minute. So we can get it on camera. There she is. Okay, we're going to vent for 10 minutes. Let's set our timer. This on about 5. Still venting. Got a little under 2 minutes to go before we put the weight on. Okay, it's been 10 minutes. So now we're going to use a mitt and we're going to add our weight. Now that the weight's on, your gauge is going to start building pressure. Once it's gotten up to 10 pounds of pressure, it usually runs right over about 11 pounds of pressure. Once it reaches that point, we'll start timing for 25 minutes. But let's get it up to pressure now. You can see our pressure starting to build, and this will start dancing. It's starting to get a little nervous right now. You can't leave during this process. You'll have to find your little happy spot of the flame of your stove or your electric stove. I think mine's around 4, and I have it on 5 now, so it's coming up to pressure. Okay, I have reached my pressure, so I have set my timer, 25 minutes. If you drop below 10 pounds of pressure, you have to start all over again on your time, on your 25 minutes. Okay, we're about 10 minutes in, and I think I need to adjust my temperature down just a little. Do not make drastic turns. Just barely turn it and watch closely and see what happens. Don't ever make a drastic change of the temperature because you could cause siphoning. Okay, on my stove I'm a little over 3 and it seems to be perfect. We have about 13 minutes left. Okay, we reached our 25 minutes, so let's turn the timer off and turn off the burner. And we're not going to do anything. We're just going to leave it alone until the pressure gauge drops to 0. We'll be back when that happens. Our lock just dropped. The pressure has dropped. Our weight's not rattling or making noise anymore. We're going to remove it. I'm going to wait a couple of minutes before I open the lid. Okay, beautiful people, let's remove the lid. When we do this, we want to tilt it towards us so the steam will go to the back so we don't have steam coming up and giving us a steam bath in our face that we don't need. Okay, oh, smells good. We may have had a little siphoning, I don't know. Let's get them out and set them on the counter. Okay, I will be putting them on a towel. Don't take them directly out and set them on a cold counter because your jars could crack and explode or break. So I'm going to remove these beauties. And we're going to set them here for 24 hours. We're not going to touch them. After that 24 hours time, we'll remove the rings. We will wash them. We will date them and mark what they are. If you like my videos, would you please go over and hit that subscribe button? And if you'll hit that notification bell, that'll notify you the next time I put out a video. Thank y'all so much for all your support of watching my videos. That's what keeps my channel going. God bless. Stay safe in this unusual time in our lives right now. Again, don't forget to subscribe. And thank y'all again. Bye now.